Hello, I'm Jared Craig, Vice President of Veterans for America First and Veterans for Trump. I also serve as Chief Legal Counsel for our organization. I wanted to talk to you about the recent dismissal from the Florida Federal Court, where Judge Cannon dismissed the case brought by Jack Smith, the wrongfully appointed federal prosecutor who should have never had his hands on this case in the first place. First of all, the appointment of a federal prosecutor requires that we don't just pull a private citizen off of the street. Any attorney can't just be a prosecutor. You have to be appointed properly. Now, that process requires you to be voted on by the Senate and that your job to be funded by an act of the House. In this case, Jack Smith's job was created out of thin air as a henchman to just go after Donald Trump, to be finding whatever he can find, confidential papers, interference with the election, whatnot. He was on a goose chase, witch hunt, whatever you have. But this is where they made a mistake. Judge Cannon is a Trump-appointed constitutional judge who honors the rule of law and understands the Constitution. It was easy for her to rule that because Jack Smith's position was not created properly, he was not voted by the Senate, and he was not vetted by them, nor was his position funded through an act of the House. No one voted for Jack Smith, neither the Senate nor the House. And we're not a country of anarchy. We are a country of laws. And law and order dictates that we must follow the Constitution. So that's my discussion about the case in Florida. We're happy that Trump is no longer looking at that case. Although this decision can be appealed, it's not likely that any other prosecutor is going to pick this up. I firmly believe that it was charged under the wrong act, charging under the Espionage Act, when in fact it should have been charged or at least analyzed under the Presidential Papers Act, because Donald Trump was the President of the United States when he obtained possession of those documents. And those documents pertained to events and time in which he was the president. Now, although we didn't get to the substance, a dismissal is a dismissal. Take it as a win. Dealing with the assassination attempt from earlier this week, or this past weekend, it's a shame that we're having to deal with all those things, but it is a breath of fresh air that Judge Cannon dismissed the Florida federal case against President